Good morning. How is everybody doing? I am so glad to be here. My name is Cami Heisa, and you are listening to Smart Social Secrets Tips on Thursday. Today, I'm going to be talking about just how you can, as a small agency or consultant in your field, how you can get visibility for your brand. And so, I'm going to just talk a little bit about that today, and I hope that you guys are going to benefit from that. So, definitely, if you're rolling in and joining me, definitely put a little comment so I know you're here so we can talk a little bit. But I wanted to really just dive in to this idea that, it often seems like the people who are maybe the loudest are the ones who get all the attention, not necessarily the most experienced or professional or whatever, but sometimes it feels like that just the squeaky wheel gets the grease, like the loudest person gets all of the attention. And so that is what I'm going to talk about a little bit because I think it can be hard for us as people who've been in our industry for a long time and we're just quietly doing our hard work. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And it seems like other people kind of take the wheel on that. And so I wanted to talk about that because it's often true that you don't have to be the best at what you do necessarily to be successful. I mean, it's just really honestly the way that it is. So, I mean, you think about, I mean, I'm old, so this is going to kind of date me, but think about something like Betamax. I don't know if you know what that was, but back in the day, there was like a lot of, like what is the format going to be for data storage? Is it going to be, all kinds of things? First of all, we had cassette tapes, right? So we did that for audio, and then it went to CDs, and then we went into all these other things, Blu-ray and Betamax. Well, there's this one called Betamax, and it was supposed to be the best technology at the time, like the best one, and it lost. It lost the battle, and I think that that's really the thing is that it never became like a major technology because it just, even though it was good, it was maybe before its time. So it was supposed to take over cassette recording and all of that kind of stuff and for video. So, they were trying to bring audio and video together. And that's really what they were supposed to do that. But then we had, the just the regular cassette tapes that we put into the into our machines. And so that really was a part of what that was. So that's really the thing. It's not always the best idea or the best technology that wins. That's just the way this goes. And so I wanted to talk to you about like why it's important that we as people who are very experienced in what we do come out and share our point of view, in some sort of visibility platform. It doesn't have to be like always on social media. It doesn't have to be loud and proud. It doesn't even have to be these live stream videos that I do. I do one live stream video a week, and then I try to interact in between. I do send out some tweets about different kinds of new things in social media and that kind of stuff. But the idea is like, how can you do the least amount of like public facing visibility and still get a good result? Because people do need to know who you are. So the other concept is, number one, you don't have to necessarily be the very, very best to get all the attention. That's why that happens. Number two, the honest truth is that as a consultant, you're honestly too busy sometimes to jump on and be on social media all the time. And so that becomes really like, how do I do this? And so that minimum viable, number of times to be out there and interfacing in some way to give your point of view is really important because people out of sight, out of mind don't remember who you are or what you do. And it's not that they don't remember you. They may like you and even know you. It may be people that even talk to you on a regular basis online. But if you ask them, like, what does that person do? They wouldn't be able to tell you. And so, that's why it's important that you come on in some kind of way and put some visibility content out there, your way of thinking, so that people know who you are and what you do and how you think and what you have. And so even just that small idea, people are waiting for somebody to come out with these small ideas and share with them what those are. So that's really, really important that you understand that your point of view is what makes you different. That is your secret sauce, is your point of view. Like there's probably a lot of people that do exactly what you do, except they aren't you. And so they don't have the experiences you have. They don't have the things that you have. And so the only way I know how you're different is if you tell me about those experiences and you give me things that I can use in my life, in my business, and what I'm doing to be better. And if that's the case, then they're going to remember who you are and what you do. And that really is what it takes. It does take that. And it's not necessarily being like arrogant or know it all or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm very honest with my audience all the time. I'm like, I make all the mistakes, so you don't have to. I think it's okay to make mistakes and to try things that don't work and to work on those things. I mean, you don't want to like, just constantly be changing what you're doing. But the point I'm trying to make is that your point of view really does matter in your marketing. And so one of the things that I was going to say is that point of view is again the secret sauce you bring to the table is your point of view, and that's really important because that's how you're going to be able to build your business. That's how you're going to be able to have stable client base and all of it, that kind of things. Because when people think like I need this thing done, you want them, especially people in your sphere, you want them to think, oh, I know who can do that. And that would be you. I know you can, I know who can do that. And they call you. I get DMs and messages from old clients and people that I know all the time like this, where they reach out and they say, hey, Cami, can you help me with that? Right? Hey, Russ. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, oh yeah, Vanessa. I see. Absolutely. Vanessa says this, and it's so true. You want people to remember who you are, and Vanessa's in the public relations side of things. So and I come from that background too. So really, the bottom line for that is that as a PR professional, our job is to make our clients known. And that is our job, is to make our clients known. And so that's really important. But guess what? Most of the time, even though we spend a lot of time making our clients get known or spend a lot of time getting them on big television shows and all of that stuff, we rarely do that for ourselves. We rarely do. We are taught that we are the background player. And in the world that we live in now, we have to have some front line. We have to play some offense. I mean, we're generally have to play some offense for ourselves. And I think that's really, really important. And hey, how are you doing, Russ? It's good to see you. And Walter, oh, good. I'm seeing some fresh from some faces I know. I love that. So yeah, it's really important to understand that though, because I think a lot of people feel like if they get out and they get in front and they start talking, that people are going to judge them. Number one. Number two, they just think it's kind of arrogant and I mean, they just don't want to do it because it feels very uncomfortable, right? Being out front is a little bit uncomfortable. It is. You get on and you don't know if anyone's going to show up, and when they do, you don't know what they're going to say. So it's a little bit uncomfortable. But as people that our jobs are to help other people get seen, heard, and so on, we know that we have to show up, especially in this day and age. We have to show up. It's really, really important. Oh, Jennifer, hey, yeah. And this is absolutely 100% too. So Jennifer brings up a really good point. And hi, it's good to see you. Most times we're so busy working on client projects, we neglect to carve out the time to be proactive for our businesses. Yes, exactly that. She's saying exactly what the problem is. And that is true. I mean, we get really busy with client projects and we get inconsistent. And I've talked about this a lot before, but we will, be really, really busy and like working really hard with our client work. And we're just blowing and going and making things happen. And in fact, I know a lot of people that at that point, if you say, hey, do you want to get more clients for your business? They would say, please, no, I don't want another client because it would break everything, right? So, we get really blowing and growing and we're breaking things. And then, what happens is then, a client, drops out or a project ends or finishes or whatever. And we have this drop off. It's like a cliff, and then you're down here. But the problem is that you haven't been all along during this high point. You haven't been going along with your visibility content that will bring you up. So visibility content is so critical. In fact, next Friday, so for those of you who care about this, we're going to be doing a workshop, a 2-hour workshop. It's free. And it's going to be a visibility workshop. We're going to actually take that center that I was talking about of putting together your plan. So here's the thing. If you don't have it all planned out, you aren't going to do it. I know, because I'm the same way. If I don't have it all planned out, I'm not going to do it. And, if I have my little, notes and I know what I'm going to talk about, then, I can make myself go forward. I work to deadline. Like a lot of communicators and PR people, we work to deadlines. We're good at that. And so, but what we're not good at sometimes is planning our own stuff out in advance. Even though we'll plan our client stuff out in advance, we're doing all of our client work. So I would love, love, love for you guys to join me next Friday and carve out 2 hours. We're going to do a workshop. Like that doesn't mean I'm going to be teaching a little bit, just like how we're going to do each thing, but we're going to actually sit down and do the work. We're going to sit down and do the work. In fact, I'll share my screen with you real quick. I would love for you guys to come. And I just made a little landing page, which I will put up the link for right now. All right, I'm gonna put the landing page. It's a bit.ly link. It's the capitals. It's capital. It's case sensitive. So make sure you make the I and the A capitalized. Somebody said last time it didn't work, and that's why you have to make all of the things capitalized. And I'll also throw it in as a link into the thing. But what we're going to be doing, I just wanted to show you, is really the core of all this. So we're going to combine like a plan toward how you're going to grow your internal community, like the people you already know. We're going to have a 90-day content plan we're going to put together. And then we're also going to do a little PR method. So for my PR professional friends, you'll recognize this immediately for how you can, get on other people's stages is what I would like to call it. Like get on other people's broadcasts, podcasts, maybe some media if you're feeling comfortable with that. And so we'll talk a little bit about how you work that. And we're just going to, and not how, but we're going to actually come up with a plan for doing it. Even if you know how to do all these things, what I have found to be true, and tell me if I'm wrong. So if you guys are like, I don't get this, but even if I know what I'm supposed to do, I don't necessarily do it unless I put it on my calendar, unless I take the time out of my day to get it done. Amen. Sorry, I feel like I'm in church right now. But this is like so critical. I realize that this is such a big problem for so many people that run their own, small consultancy businesses. It's just such a big deal. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you're feeling this. So here, join me next week. This is the workshop link. I don't know if it'll come out because I'm on StreamYard, but I will put the actual direct link in the StreamYard. But yeah, I just feel like that is one of the biggest problems we have. So I'm going to create some time and space for that. I really want to help this year. I've got a lot of passion for other communicators and helping us to do this. Yes, we live by the calendar. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, let me know if you guys can come. That would be great. But I just, set some time aside for your business. We're going to get on Zoom. We're going to co-work. We're going to have a great time next Friday. And I'm really excited to do it with you. So again, I would love to hear from you, like how you have been doing different kinds of visibility content for yourself, what you feel comfortable with. Are you comfortable with video? Are you comfortable with writing things? Are you comfortable with a podcast or something like that? This year, make this the year that you create that engine for your business. And that really is what this is. It's an engine. So at the center of all of this, that visibility content becomes the engine for your business because it attracts people in, it brings people to you so that then you can show your brilliance and then they want to hire you. And they're like, oh yeah, you do that. I want you to come and help me with that. And that's really, really, really important and critical. So I think, we are worried too much about being bragging about ourselves or whatever. But really, if you come to at this thing with the value in mind, the reason why things feel braggy and salesy and slimy is because people come at you with the sale in mind instead of with the value in mind. And you don't need to be like that. You can be a person that comes with the sale, with the value in mind, not the sale. And so all of those people that send those, they hook up with you on LinkedIn and then immediately they send you all of their, hey, I had a guy send me something yesterday that really irked me. He seemed interesting and I signed up for something of his and I watched it. And then he sent me this DM that said, and it was automated, obviously, but he said, have you even watched the thing that I sent you? Like it almost sounded, I don't know, like he was accusing me of not watching his thing. And I was like, no, actually, I haven't watched it. I've been a little busy this week. But I didn't even answer him because I think that that's really like rude. It's like, okay, yeah, no, I mean, you've got to think about the way that you phrase things in your communications and so on, which is, I know like totally singing to the choir here because you all are communicators. Like, I'm looking at who's here, and all of you are communicators. Yeah. Walter says if it doesn't land on the calendar, it disappears. Yeah. I call it my Friday list, Walter. I put things on my list, and then at the end of the week, I put the things on my list that I'm going to do for my business, right? And then at the end of the week, I would move them to the next week, the next list, and it would be Friday again next week, and I'd move it to the next week. So I've tried to I've learned some ways to end that for myself. So I do some of my work for myself first. So I put myself first. I think of my company as a client. And when I shifted my mindset around that, and I started thinking of my company as a client, we stopped putting all of the company projects on the back burner. We put them more on the front burner. I do have a team, but a lot of times I don't even want to bother my team with some of the marketing for the company because they're so busy with that. So, yeah, thank you, Russ. I appreciate that. So I agree. So it's just, you've got to think about these things like, as being very important to your business, because whatever you build today, like your little visibility platform that you build, like next Friday, if you come with me, we're going to build your little visibility platform. That is going to carry you through the entire year and beyond. It grows on itself. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even if you stop for a little while and come back, it's just so much easier to come back after you've built that visibility platform. And, I mean, yeah, things do happen. So life will happen. You will not be the, visibility kings and queens. I'm sure all the time. There's things that we have to get done and accomplished and whatever. But if you just do a little every week and you have a plan to get it done, that, my friend, will get you far. I have run a business for 20 years like that, and we don't have all those trows and stuff on income. We don't. We don't. Even during COVID, I mean, we stayed flat last year on income. Like we're up just like a little bit. Usually we're up a little bit more. But we don't drop into the troughs anymore. And that's really important. It's really important that you build a business like that is actually sustainable, that has consistent income, that where your next dollar is coming from, and that your clients love you. So, I mean, we just sent out a bunch of requests for testimonials from our clients, and yeah, they came back with them immediately. So you have to think about how you're going to, sustain things over time. So there you go. Yeah. Any other thoughts? I would love it, but I don't want to keep you guys too long or waste all of your time. But I definitely want you to come and sign up for this workshop. It's 2 hours. It's next Friday, and it is like the best 2 hours you'll spend in your business, because you're going to get your plan together. And you'll have to do some stuff, as you go forward, but you'll have a plan to get it done. Maybe we'll even make you guys put all the other stuff on your calendar for future. It's really so important. And it is not yet the end of January. So we can plan this year out. Are you guys with me? Yeah. Yeah. Say yes in the comments if you're with me. If you say yes, I'm going to plan my year out, because it's really important that we do that. Cool. All right. So that is it for today. I am going to take off and get some things done. Actually, doing my taxes today. Really exciting. But that's what I'm going to be doing next. Thank you, Walter. I appreciate it. So yeah, so come on and join us next Friday. That's going to be what's going to help you. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. And if you have any questions, definitely, if you're watching this in replay, make sure you tell me you were here. Just type in replay so I can know you were here and I can greet you. And thank you so much for your time. I will talk to you guys soon, and have a great, great day. Bye.